You know what? Since we talked, I'm feeling swell. Look at the two of us here in Sanctuary. Prepared for the future.
had them in rotation for a while now, and they're a fun little adventure. Only now it seems the adventure has become real. That's right, folks. The Commonwealth now has its very own superhero in the form of the Silver Shroud. Or, at least, someone dressing up like him. Crime and Goodneighbor has a new enemy, it seems. Why would someone don that costume? Your guess is as good as mine. Probably better, in fact. Goodneighbor resident Kent Connolly swears that he was actually rescued by this Tommy gun-toting hero.
Thank you. It's like I can finally think straight.
Hey, Sheffield. What do you think about coming to work for me?
I gave up alcohol after settling down here. Doctor said I shot my liver.
Let's trade.
Nuka-Cola's the only thing I can drink that wakes me up. Otherwise, it's all hazy.
I just want to trade a few things.
Nuka-Cola's the only thing I can drink that wakes me up. Otherwise, it's all hazy.
Yes?
Carla,
Back again? Time to do business?
let's see what you have.
Yeah, keep your shirt on.
I'll wear your guts around my neck. You had your time, human! Ugh.
That's it. Yes.
Something of a pun. Self-proclaimed legitimate businesswoman. Bobby No-No.
You here visiting Covenant, pal? If not, move along. You know, I'm people loitering around. Not good for the nerves.
I'd like to visit.
Since you're a first-timer, there's something you gotta know first. We don't just let anyone inside. There's an entrance test. We call it the safe test. Everyone's gotta take it.
Interesting idea. Between you and me, what's the test for?
I probably shouldn't say nothing, but listen. We want to make sure only good people come into Covenant. No undesirables. Nobody that ain't actually what they seem, you know?
I'm new to the area. What do you mean by undesirables?
But you don't know about... Jesus, listen. Not everyone in the Commonwealth is human, okay? Some are... synths. I'm not going to say anything more than that. Just take the test. You pass, and you can come inside where everything's safe, all right?
Sure.
Good. Take a seat, and we can begin. So let's begin. There ain't no wrong answers. You are approached by a frenzied scientist who yells, "I'm going to put my quantum harmonizer in your photonic resonation chamber." What's your response?
I'd slip away before he finishes his rant.
While he's speaking. Next question. While working as an intern in the clinic, a patient with a strange infection on his foot stumbles through the door. The infection is spreading at an alarming rate, but the doctor has stepped out for a while. What do you do?
Medicate the infected area as best I can.
You have a medical background. You discover a young boy lost in a cave. He's hungry and frightened, but also appears to be in possession of stolen property. What do you do?
I lead the boy to safety, then turn him over to someone in charge.
Very curious. Congratulations! Hey, you made it onto a baseball team. Which position do you prefer?
Designated hitter.
Are you certain about that? Never mind. Next question. Your grandmother invites you to tea, but you're surprised when she gives you a pistol and orders you to kill someone. What do you do?
I'd do what Grandma told me to.
Old Mr. Abernathy has locked himself in his quarters again, and you've been ordered to get him out. How do you proceed?
I'd grab a bobby pin and pick the lock.
And that is all you do? Nothing else? Wait, don't answer. Next. Oh no. You've been exposed to radiation and a mutated hand has grown out of your stomach. What's the best course of treatment?
I'd say a prayer and hope God would save me.
A neighbor is in possession of a Grognak the Barbarian comic book, issue number 1. You want it. What's the best way to obtain it?
I'd trade him for one of the comic books I own.
You're almost done. Last question. You decide it would be fun to play a prank on your father. You enter his private restroom when no one is looking, and...
Oh, I'd put a firecracker in his toilet. Bam! It never gets old.
Test's over. No one's ever answered quite like you. But hey, you passed. I'll open up the gate. Welcome to Covenant.
You from around here? God, I hope not. I've had enough of these hicks.
Nope, I'm just passing through.
My advice is pass through sooner than later. You know anything about Stockton's caravan?
A caravan? What are you talking about?
I signed on with old man Stockton to find his lost caravan. What's left of it is just outside of town. The last stop was here, so I've been trying to put together the story. But I keep getting the runaround. Got a proposal for you. Help me find Stockton's people, and we split the reward. At least one survivor walked out of that massacre. And I intend to make good on my contract.
If I help you, I want something up front.
If I have your word, you'll help. I'll chip in 50 caps now. That's above and beyond the deal.
Sounds fair. I'm in.
Here's all I got on the caravan. I don't got proof, but Covenant's involved. Somehow. I'll keep poking around, but let me know if you find anything.
Hey there.
We don't get many vault dwellers visiting us. I hope the outside world isn't too much of a disappointment.
Looks like a trader left a bedroll. No marks on it, so no way of telling if it's from Stockton's people.
It's good to see a new face around here.
Hey,
Well, hello, stranger. The name's Jacob, and I run this town. Glad you passed the test. Our door's always open to good quality people. You can use one of the beds in the guest house, and you should visit Penny's store.
I appreciate the hospitality.
For people like you, anytime. You might want to stay clear of Mr. Dan. I've had some complaints about him.
Thanks for the warning.
Just being a good host. You have a good stay now.
Why does one tiny settlement need so much firepower?
Busted again? It's the third radio this month.
What do we have?
It's pronto.
Dealing with depression, 12 stages of grief, and some self-help
Another
books.
newcomer.
Quite the library here.
Welcome.
Mr. Fitzgerald.
We don't tolerate violence or vulgarity. Steer clear of those, and we'll get along just fine.
That's some serious security. Maybe there's another way around it. This cell means business.
Get your lemonade here!
Hey, Deezer.
93% of all visitors prefer Teaser's lemonade.
I'll take some.
Enjoy!
Hey, the leg's still on the mend. You have anything for the pain? As soon as you don't need the meds, you gotta lay off. Understood? Any other complications?
Why are they so afraid of
Healing up pretty
synths?
good. Off you go then.
Thanks, Doc.
Hello, stranger. You got anything that ails you? I'll fix you up for a fee.
Hear anything, Doctor?
If you want rumors, then Penny's the girl for you. I like to stick to fixing people. It's what I'm good at.
Actually, I need some supplies for the road.
I suppose I could spare some stim packs.
Enjoy your stay.
Hi.
I hope Swanson didn't give you too hard a time at the gate. If you ask me, I think he takes his job too seriously. But welcome. Everyone around here calls me Mrs. Fitzgerald, but you, cutie, can call me Penny.
Nice to meet a friendly face.
You're in luck then. Covenant is the friendliest place in the whole Commonwealth. You'll see. You here to shop? I'll make sure to give you a good price.
Do you have time for a few questions?
For you? Certainly.
Does Covenant have some sort of problem with synths?
Thank God we don't. None of those machines are in here.
Do you know anything about a missing caravan?
You've been talking to Mr. Dan. I don't know what he's carrying on about. He's just stirring the pot, if you ask me.
Definitely. He has such an attitude.
I know! He's so smug. And Dan thinks he's the one helping people. He wouldn't know the first thing about making the Commonwealth a better, safer place.
Right? He should be thankful you let him in.
Instead, he stomps around interrogating people. If the compound did do something to his precious caravan, they had reasons for it. Better reasons than a man like him. You know, honey, I was just shooting off at the mouth. Just forget anything I said about that and the compound. I have to go.
Caravan came a few days back. Worked for old man Stockton. You saw them, right?
I already told you. I don't recollect. We get a lot of traffic.
This isn't Diamond.
Oh, I heard about you.
Caravan of 5
You're the
comes
stranger.
through, you'd remember.
I make things. Things for the store.
They must not have come through.
Oh, I'm
Say,
Talia.
Wouldn't you rather have a
It's
lemon?
so nice to meet
My job
you.
here isn't drinking lemonade. I know for a fact they came here. Why the brush off?
You
I wanna
sound
help, Mr.
pretty handy.
I don't want to be a burden.
Mark my words.
You're gonna like it here. Everyone in Covenant is so friendly and really wants to help.
Do you have time for some questions?
If it'll help, sure.
Does Covenant have some sort of problem with synths?
Since? I mean, no. The test makes sure that none of those get in here. They promised.
Who is they?
I really shouldn't be talking. I've got work. I have to go.
Talia.
Do you need to use my tools? Do you need to use my tools?
Meaning no offense, but I got a mountain of work to do.
Ted.
Anybody else in town would be happy to talk to you, but...
People that break our rules are asked to leave. Rarely happens, though.
Hello, cutie.
We get along just swell with passers-by. Like I always say, give someone a free meal, safe place to bunk up, and some civility, and they'll be all P's and Q's in no time.
Well, hello.
We get along just swell with passers-by. Like I always say, give someone a free meal, safe place to bunk up, and some civility. They'll be all P's and Q's in no time.
That's it.
Get your lemonade here!
They're hiding something. I'm sure of it.
Hey, Dan.
You find out anything about the caravan?
What have you been up to?
Not a lot. Everyone's got their eye on me. But I'll keep trying.
They took the survivors to a compound.
Then we're in business. I'll meet you there and we'll rescue ourselves some caravan hands.
After a long day, nothing beats Geezer's lemonade.
Hey, you stranger. It's no secret you've been poking around. Not very neighborly of you, if you ask me. I know you think you're doing the right thing. Just don't make any rash decisions you'll regret.
Just come out and say what you mean.
Maybe you heard a rumor about Stockton's caravan and a certain compound? So, hypothetically, let's say there's something to that. We wouldn't do anything unless we had good reasons. The best. Tell you what, you just stop this investigation, and I'll give you a gift. 100 caps. And then you'd be welcome back here as our friend any time.
Surely there's room for compromise. I get Stockton's survivors, and we stay friends. I'd have to know more, though.
That's a tall order. A deal like that, well, that's above my pay grade. Tell you what, I'll let the compound know you're coming. Then you can make your case to them. Good luck.
Stick to the roads, and you got a better chance of surviving.
Good caps to be made protecting folk.
Hey, Lucas.
Got the best armor in these parts.
Let's see what you have.
What you see is what you get.
Don't
Hey,
eye the
Lucas.
Brahmin if you got
My
any
armor
sense.
saved many a wastelander.
I've got a few minutes to browse.
My prices are firm. Haggling gives me a headache.
Too many miles on the road. At least the pay is terrible.
The caravan was hit awfully close to Covenant, all right. Deezer's lemonade, huh? The caravan definitely stopped in Covenant.
Don't scare the fish, asshole.
Hi.
People are mucking around the shore at all hours, scaring my fish. Go find your own fishing spot. Clear out. Go find your own fishing spot. Clear out. Go find your own fishing spot. Clear out.
I hate this place.
Hey, Dan.
Some people up ahead. I'll follow your lead.
Just because Jacob vouched for you doesn't mean you can enter the compound. Why should I let you in?
I just want to talk with whoever's in charge here. I'm sure we can come to an arrangement.
We'll see. I'll take it to Dr. Chambers. She can decide what to do with you. Don't try anything funny. You've been warned. Blythe! Hey, Blythe!
Torture? They are sick. Just give me the signal.
Yes, what is it, Manny?
I thought you guys were done with Subject 12.
Oh, yes, the interview's over. I'm just reviewing the data on Question 4. It's fascinating, really.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Certainly.
You're the first outsider that's been in here. You shouldn't be in here.
Hey, extend the platform. Ordnance Center.
Welcome to the compound. Stranger. stranger.
So the one investigating Stockton's caravan has arrived. Do you even know that his supposed daughter is in all likelihood a synth? No matter. Let me be upfront about this. There are two ways this meeting can end. We come to an agreement, or there's violence. Are you being silent for...
I'd prefer a peaceful solution.
As would I. Let me pose a question to you. What would you do if your family was destroyed by a synth right in front of you when you were but a child? Would you roll over and accept it? Or would you do something about it?
What happened to you?
In Diamond City, a lifetime ago, my parents and 8 others were massacred by someone. At first, we thought the maniac was human. But that was the day we learned of the Institute's latest creations, the synths. As long as the Institute walks invisibly amongst us, they strike without warning and control us from the shadows. I've dedicated my life to devising a test to detect these hidden synths, to root them out so they can be extinguished. Isn't that a goal worth fighting for?
A war, really? Is it that bad?
Hundreds of kidnappings over the years. Ask the survivors if it's really that bad. And there are so many other tragedies that may be their responsibility as well.
Who really knows what the Institute is responsible for?
And how do they manage to keep us in the dark? A living synth is indistinguishable from a human by any medical test yet devised. But it turns out psychology can detect a difference. Enter the SAFE test. The test is in its infancy, but through sacrifice and perseverance, our success rate is improving. I'm ready to proceed if you are.
And the SAFE test works?
Oh, yes. Autopsies confirm the test is getting more accurate. There's something in the questions which provokes a response from synth, but the exact trigger is elusive. The margin of error is admittedly high, 4 or 5 false positives per synth, but one day we hope to get it to 1 or 2 false positives.
If you can get that test to work, that could be a game changer.
And then everything we've done will be justified. Covenant is many things. A refuge for the broken people left in the wake of the Institute's rampages. A place of safety and healing. But most importantly, it is our one chance to end this age of paranoia. I will make you a deal. If you let me dispose of Stockton's synth and continue our work, I'll match whatever reward you were offered.
I've had my fill of crazy on this contract. No deal.
Fortunate for me, I wasn't talking to you.
You side with this nut job, and we're going to have a serious, deadly problem.
I'm ready to proceed if you are.
Continue your work, then.
I wish you hadn't said that.
Tasteful business. First, the loose end.
Hey.
Please don't hurt me.
What happened to you?
The men. They drag me away, always with the needles, questions, and the pain. The stupid, stupid questions over and over. I'm Amelia Stockton. I'm not a synth.
Autopsy will confirm my hypothesis. There.
How can I be sure?
Please, you have to believe me.
As promised, you'll find Covenant has a lot more to offer since we've come to this understanding.
Dr. Chambers.
We were under the mistaken impression you wanted to rescue the Stockton girl.
Hey there.
It's good you're on our side.
Stranger.
Door's chained up on the other end.